The sun was setting behind the hills when the old leopard, once feared by all, lay beneath a baobab tree. His bones ached, his claws dulled, and the hunt no longer stirred his heart. He looked out over the forest and sighed, knowing his time was near. But he didn't want to die feared, he wanted to die remembered for peace. So he whispered into the wind, calling the animals for one last meeting. The wind carried the leopard's whisper far and wide. Birds flew, monkeys chattered, and elephants stomped to spread the message. From the dens to the rivers, animals heard the call. Some came out of fear, others out of curiosity. But all agreed, if the leopard called, they must come. Under a full moon, the forest clearing filled with animals great and small. Leopard lay at the center, head high but eyes tired. The lion stood in silence, while the antelope trembled in the shadows. Even the owl came down from his tree. It was the first time predator and prey had gathered without blood. "My brothers and sisters," said Leopard, "I have ruled with fear, but I wish to die in peace." A murmur spread through the crowd. "I ask for your forgiveness and a chance to bring harmony before I go." The younger animals listened wide-eyed. But the older ones remembered their losses too well. The lion stepped forward, mane golden under the moon. "You expect us to forget your hunts, your kills," he growled. "I offer not forgetfulness, but forgiveness," Leopard replied. The owl nodded slowly, while the hyena laughed in mockery. The forest waited for what would come next. A young gazelle stepped forward, her eyes bright. "My mother told me stories of your terror," she said, "but I see a different leopard now." The other young animals murmured in agreement. They had not lived through the fear, only heard the tales. To them, peace was still possible. No more words were spoken that night. The animals sat under the stars, thinking, remembering, dreaming. Even the hyena grew silent. The leopard lay his head down, breathing slow and deep. The forest slept for the first time in unity. At sunrise, the leopard rose with difficulty. A rabbit was spotted nearby, alone and vulnerable. All eyes turned to see what he would do. He smiled, nodded, and let the rabbit pass. That gesture spoke louder than any speech. The hyena barked, "What's the use of peace if you're weak?" He lunged at the rabbit, but the lion stopped him. "This is the leopard's moment," the lion growled. Even the baboon stood beside the lion. A new law was being written without words. That afternoon, the animals voted with their silence and stillness. No one challenged the leopard again. A pact was formed, peace would rule at least until he passed. Even the trees seemed to breathe easier. The forest had chosen a new path. A feast was prepared, not of flesh, but of fruits, roots, and wild honey. Monkeys danced, birds sang, and the leopard was at the center of it all. Laughter returned to the forest after many seasons. The leopard smiled more than he ever had in his life. It was the feast of farewell. The leopard watched the sun sink behind the hills once more. His breaths were slower, but his heart was full. He lay under the same baobab tree where it all began. Around him were animals, no longer enemies. He closed his eyes, a gentle smile on his face. As night fell, a soft light rose from the leopard's body. Ancestral spirits in animal forms appeared briefly: elephant, hawk, tortoise. They welcomed him into the great beyond. The animals watched in awe, some crying quietly. The forest felt touched by something divine. A stone was placed beneath the baobab, marked with a paw. Young animals were told of the leopard of peace. Predators and prey learned to share water and space. The leopard's legend became a song sung by the birds. His last wish had bloomed into something eternal. Seasons passed, and the forest thrived in harmony. New leaders rose, but they carried the spirit of peace. The leopard's last wish became a guiding law. When the wind rustled the leaves, it sounded like his purr. And so, the forest never forgot.